I will do the recording here, so I can send it to you on Telegram. This I believe you are familiar with the software already, so I'm going to make it very fast since you're going to church. Okay, so I'm just going to place the columns in their positions. I want to make it very fast. But I would still advise you to get Prota structure. You've heard of Prota structure before? Okay. It's like around, but it's actually much more easier than Orion. Sorry, it's actually more advanced than Orion. Yeah, it's owned by the same company, CSC. I believe you are familiar with all that I'm doing right now. Okay, good then. Oh, I think I'm designing walls instead of. Sorry, please. I'm going to take. Yeah, I'm designing walls. Sorry about that. I'll take that again. Because you actually said you are in haste, so I just wanted to help you beat time. No, no. No, you're going to church now. Is that no wolves? Okay. 450. I'll pick this. So, like I was saying, Prota structure is more advanced than this software. So, this has some kind of addition as compared to Prota. Although it's owned by the same company, it has a lot of similarities though, most especially when you are dealing with reinforced concrete. This one is just for reinforced concrete design. The Prota structure can be used for both reinforced concrete and steel design as well. Yeah, so I think that's the basic difference. And then it has so many other templates on it. Okay. To vertical. Sorry, on this window I have so many other designs on them, so that's why you're seeing other designs on it. But this is just what I want to design, okay? So you don't bother about this ones here. Maybe I should even take them off. Let me just delete them. It's taking so much time. The files are actually large, so it's taking so much time to clear them. So you based in Lagos? Oh, okay, okay, okay. Okay. I'm going to neglect the others just to beat time, okay? Um, okay. So you can see the 3D here. I believe your major focus is to see how the detailed drawings is going to be arranged, right? So I'm going to how to what? Okay. Uh, Let me just insert a slab here, and then we'll just quickly run the analysis. Okay. We are not going to go deep into uh, the design proper. Okay. The modeling proper rather. Okay. So let's just assume this is what we have. So I will take it to. I'll come to um, building analysis, and then I believe you are familiar with all of this, how to actually change. Yeah, exactly. Yeah. Okay. Funny enough, it's been long I actually use this software. Seriously, it's been long I use this software. I don't use it anymore. Yes, exactly. I actually installed it because of you. It was I quickly installed it on my system just now. Yes, yeah, that other one is more advanced. This one is more like you are still backward, honestly. Yes. So using this, you are still you have to upgrade to Prota. But funny enough, all that I'm doing here, there's a lot of similarity with that of Prota. There's a whole lot of similarity between the two softwares. Like I said, it's owned by CSC, so you see a lot of similarities. You won't have much confusion on it. Um, okay, so I'm trying to select my reinforcement. I can just keep all this part, right? Okay, I know that you are seriously in haste. Okay, Abuja, I'm working on it. I may most likely get a place in Abuja this month. I'm trusting God for that. Yeah, I'm trusting. You are a big man now. You are the boss. Okay, so loading. Yeah. In what? Okay, here it does. What are you talking about? Yeah, that means some of them failed now. Building model at, you mean when you run the analysis, right? That means it's possible that the section is not sufficient, or the reinforcement is not sufficient, or something will definitely be stopping it from working. You can see I'm having a runtime error here. I don't know what. Oh my god, it has gone off. This is exactly what I. Oh god, it's not supposed to be giving me that error. Funny enough, okay, but I think I have existing design that I have run already on, since you don't have any challenge with the software itself. Because it's not supposed to give me that. Okay, building analysis. Okay, let me just check. Oh, all this has failed. Script out of range. Oh my god. All right, fine. When there's a will, there will be a way. For me to fix that, it may take me a little time. Let me see. I think I have. Let me just go straight to the challenge you're actually having. Yeah, I think I should have an existing drawing already. Oh, where do I find this drawing? I forgot. Engineer, what? Whoa. Oh, please help me. Let me find this file. Edge. All right. I think this is actually your major challenge. You see, the first thing here from my arrangement is the cover page. Okay, which you can see. This is just the cover page. So structural working drawing. So this is how the detailing, the cover page actually looks like. Then this is just a general note. Okay, discrepancy, minimum dimensions. This does not come with the software. Yeah, so it doesn't really come with that with the software. So okay, I'm going to be using a detailed drawing I generated from Prota structure. You are going to see the detailing is exactly like the way your detailed drawing is from here. Yes, it's the same. Yeah, the detailed drawing it produces, it generates for you is the same. Funny enough. Yeah, I hope this open now. Okay, good. So I believe you are familiar with something like this. This is how the detailed drawing comes. Are you there? Okay, good. Now you can see this is how the detailed drawing comes. Okay. You can see story one. So let's come back here. I'm going to be relating it with that drawing that is there. So the first thing here you arrange, the first thing in your arrangement is your foundation layout. Okay, Orion will not actually give you this trench that you see. Are you there? Okay, so there you can just present the foundation, the column layout, that is the positionings of your columns and the foundation at the foundation layout. Okay, so let me take it back to that drawing. So at that place you can actually use this, but if you are familiar with AutoCAD, you can actually place the foundation layout here. Okay, so let me just do a quick one. Okay, J, enter, Z, enter, then S, enter. So I'll make this let's say 230 here. So I'm just trying to place the walls. Okay, so you can see these are the walls. So you can do that for your foundation layout. You can, this software, one thing with all the softwares is that they cannot give you 100% what you are actually looking for. Are you there? Okay, so that's one thing about these softwares. So you must learn how to actually edit your drawing to look exactly just the way you want it to actually look like. Okay, so if I take this ML again, enter, J, enter, Z, S. This time around I'm going to make it 670 or 690. Okay, are you there? Yeah, I'm with you now. In getting what? Multi-line? Okay, don't worry. I'll type that to you on WhatsApp. But it is J, ML, enter. J, you press enter. Z, you press enter. Then S, you press enter. Then you type in what you want to type in there. So now you can see I now have my walls. I now have my trench. Okay, so you can actually play around with that to achieve sorry, I've taken it off, to actually achieve this. Are you there? Yes, this is not a GA, this is a foundation layout. So there you can see this is a BRC mesh. This BRC mesh is something I generated from AutoCAD as well. So maybe you can, from an existing AutoCAD drawing that you have, you can be copying all those things and then you paste so as for your work to look very, very presentable as you want it to be. Yeah, so the Orion will also generate something like this for you. This is a cross section of your foundation. Orion will definitely generate this for you as well. Are you there? That I'm sure of. Orion will also generate this for you. It may not look exactly as it is here, but it will definitely generate. The detailing is a bit different from the one you do with AutoCAD. This is AutoCAD drawing. This is not Orion drawing. Do you understand? I'm just trying to relate it with how, since your challenge is how to actually arrange your drawings. Okay, so I'm just trying to, this is exactly what I'm talking about. This is your foundation, okay, from Orion. This is how it comes. Exactly. So you place that there. So you can place that. somewhere here. This is your column detail. So your column detail is also generated by the software, which is this. This is your column detail, okay? Only that the difference here is Orion do not continue with its column. It will only give you the ground floor column will be different. Like it will not continue with the first floor. You get it? So that's one difference with this software. And then the column section, which is this, which is also generated here, I believe. Good. This is the section of this column. So if you are picking column 1, for example, in your Orion story 1, you attach it with column 1 story 2. That means it's continuous. If it's a continuous column, okay? Let's go down to the next one. This is slab and beam layout, which is this. This slab and beam layout is also generated by this software. You can see this is slab and beam layout. It tells you this is slab 1, story 1, slab 1, story 1, slab 2, story 1, slab 3. It's telling you that this is a two-way slab. The depth of the slab is 150. So this is actually your slab and beam layout, okay? Which is actually generated by the software. So from this my design, you can see I also maintained the one that is given to me by Orion, but I have the ones I have done with normal AutoCAD. This is the AutoCAD one, okay? But this one I actually maintain the one that I generated from the Orion design, okay? So this is it. So this is your slab and beam layout. Then this is not given by the software. So there is no reinforcement shown here, so it may not be of much importance. So you can include it if you have an existing template. So if you don't have, you can as well even neglect it. The main information here is already clear. It's telling you that this is story 1, beam 1. The beam is 230 by 450 beam. The depth of the slab is 150 depth, and then this is slab 1. So this is the essence of a slab and beam layout, is to give these informations. So once the informations are clear, I think you have done justice to that. Then the next thing you do is your slab detail, okay, which will also be generated for you by the software as well. So it's generated by the software. It's generated by the software. God, you don't have any. Nah, the software will generate it for you. God. Sorry, I didn't get you. From whatever floor that you include your slab on it. If your slab are included, that's all. Oh my God. Of course. You know, one thing with Orion design is that the detailing, once you export to AutoCAD, it tends to export each structural members on different windows. Am I correct? So exactly, the way you put them all together is by this. It's just by going and you copy and paste. Yeah, let's say for example I want to copy this now. I will just right click, come to copy with base point. I will click anywhere around my window, I will highlight it, and I will right click again. That is all. I have copied it, so I can take it here and paste. You can see I bring it to the same window. So that's what I mean by that. So I am sure the software will usually generates detailing for slab. Are you there? I said the software usually generates detailing for slab. DXF, yeah. It's not coming out. It's not exporting. So it's easy. So once you export it, that's all. You bring them all together in one window, then arrange them in this format. Yeah. Let me zoom this for you. This is not Orion. This drawing. This drawing is done by AutoCAD. This is also not Orion. This slab detail is not Orion. Yeah, see, Orion does not detail outside. It's sorry, it does not call out your reinforcement outside. It does it calling inside the panel. Okay, yeah, that's why I don't usually use it. That's why I don't use the slab detail most especially. I hardly use it. Yeah, but I'm not saying it's wrong. Okay, I'm not saying it's I'm just used to doing my detailing manually, so that's why. Yeah, it will do the calling inside the panels. Yeah, it will do the calling inside. No, it's because you did not when you want to do your strip, you have to hold on your control. You drag and then you drop. When you hold on control, it will give you a straight line. So I believe your strips are not straight. Sorry, since we had issues with do you get what I'm saying? No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Sorry, I didn't get that. We are saying the same thing. We are saying the same thing. That's what I'm saying as well. The detailing on sorry, let me just show you a perfect example of what I'm talking about. This is protar structure. Yeah, but the detailing is the same with Orion. So I'm going to use that to demonstrate. Um, I'm using this because it was showing me error then. We don't have that luxury of time to fix that right now. Yes, so like I said, the main essence of this training is just for you to learn how to arrange your drawing. So I'm just trying to manipulate my way out of this. Okay, see now, I believe this is what you are talking about. So it's the same thing with Prota. You can see this is how it does its detailing. It will do all the calling inside the slab, inside the panels. Okay, so but there's nothing wrong with it. But you can see my own is a bit clean. I don't know if this is how yours is looking. Mine is clean. This is I can as well print this exactly as it is, and yeah, I can print this as it is, and it's okay. Yeah, it's very, very okay. I just don't like to use the detailing of the slab. I'm used to calling it out, doing the calling outside. So what I'm saying is this. uh it is when you were doing your strip, your slab strip, okay, during that stripping you have to hold on your control in order for it to give you a straight strip. If you don't hold on control key, your stripping will not be straight. That's the point I'm trying to make. Let me see if I have let me just do something quick for you. Like I said, this software and then what they call it, this prototype structure and Orion are a lot. They have a lot of similarities between them. Okay, so let me go to story one and let me just display. Let me just explain this quickly using this software for you. It's the same. Okay, it's the same. It's the same way you do on this software. It's the same way you are going to do it on Orion. Okay, yeah, there's no difference. It's the same. You can see slab strip here. If I click on slab strip, I have to hold on my control key. Okay, this is beam, this is beam. I have to hold on control. Once I click here, okay, let me switch to x-axis. I'll click here. I'll hold on control to get it. If I remove the control, if I remove my hand from my control key, you can see it's no longer straight. But if I hold on control key, it gives me a straight line. I believe you are used to, if you are familiar with AutoCAD, there's what they call polar tracking. So if you don't turn on your polar tracking, your lines may not be straight. So exactly, it's the same thing here. So I believe that's the reason why you are having that your lines are not straight. So that is just an example of what I'm trying to talk about. So you can rerun that again in order for it to give you a better line. Okay, so this is the slab detail. One thing is the proto structure or Orion will not give you this cross section. So you can see I'm using that of AutoCAD. Okay, I already have a cross section of here. If I cut it around here, okay, this is what I'm going to have. So that is why I placed that here. So this is your beam detail, which you are familiar with, which the software will also generate for you. So you have to learn how to arrange them. One beam one, one beam two. So you rearrange them. One beam three. You arrange them serially. One beam four. So you must have knowledge of AutoCAD in order for you to know how to arrange this properly. So you arrange your beams. So once you arrange your beams, the next thing you do is to, I didn't get you. Yeah, I'm with you. Edit the beam. Sorry, I didn't get you. No, see, one thing I love about Prota is or around is that the detailing, as far as beam is concerned, is superb. Okay, I love the detailing of their beam. I think that is one aspect of Prota that I love so much, is the beam detailing. Yeah, the beam detailing is great. The only thing is most times is the annotations. Okay, all these writings. You can see here I have changed mine here. Let me show you an example of the one that comes direct. This one comes direct from from Orion. Okay, there you can see mine. I changed that to black. Yeah, so this will show clearer on your printouts. When you print this, this may not show. Yeah, if you print this may not show, and this actually may look very small. Even this may not show very clear. So these are some of the things I used to just change, just the writings, these annotations. Yeah, exactly. You can change the font size. You can do whatever. There's what they call match properties in AutoCAD. You can see I just match the property of this with this, and it changes. So if I feel this is too large, I can reduce it. Are you there? Yeah, I already have existing templates. Yeah, so you must just learn how to manipulate and achieve your result. I already have existing drawings. Okay. Yeah, I have but you can do them manually one by one. Only that is going to consume more time for you. It's about time. You must learn how to beat time. Yeah. Uh-huh. So it's the time. So there's nothing you can see. I did not change anything aside from changing the font size, then and then the colors. Yes. Then this reinforcement as well. I also use match property. You can see this one is very tiny, while this one is looking a bit thicker. So this is direct from Orion, while this one I just use match property from an existing AutoCAD drawing, because I am I'm actually used to using AutoCAD in doing my detailing. Okay, let me check if I have. I think I should have some beams here that I did using AutoCAD 100%. Yeah, you can see this one is 100% AutoCAD. The beams are 100% AutoCAD. So I just use match property to change that thickness. So if I match this property with an existing Orion drawing, let me see. Let me come by this side. Okay, I think I have some beams here. So this is from Orion direct. If I click here, you can see it has changed. You can see the thickness has changed. If I click here, you can see the thickness has changed. So that's just what I usually do. I don't always like to stress myself and okay. So many beams. You have to use all the beams now. Even you have to use all the beams. Nah, it mustn't be one sheet. You have to. You can see this one. All the beams are not on one sheet now. You can see I have beams here. I have beams here. So different sheets. Yeah, it may not be the template may not be able to accommodate. The title block may not be able to accommodate all the beams. Even if it does, is when you print it out, it's going to look very, very, very tiny. So you can just arrange 3 4 beams, 3 4 beams, 3 4 3 4 3 4. Then you take the rest to the other this thing template. Yeah. So you cannot have all your beams in one this thing. It's not. Sometimes it depends. If it's a very small job, you can see like this one. This is a very small design. So all my beams will enter one sheet. So you just use your discretion and know what you can have. You can see all these beams are just in one sheet because it's a very small job. Yeah. So there are cases where you have them in one sheet, and then there are cases where you are dealing with a large design in most cases the beams are going to be on so many other sheets self. So you may have cases where you have them in so many sheets. Like this one, for example, you can see I have beams. Look at all these are beams on separate sheets. All these are beams on separate sheets from one project. So that's it. So the next thing is your concrete, what do you call this? Reinforced concrete roof. Yeah, roof beam. Yeah. So your roof beams, yeah, this is your roof beam is also generated by the software as well. You are going to see it. Do you sell ice cream? Okay, you are a big man with that. Now, okay, good. You can see this one now. This is 230 by 300. That's telling us this is our roof beam. Okay, so you just copy it. Okay, the last floor now, the last beam that you have there. So your roof beam, exactly. So, all right. Yeah, I'm with you. I'm with you. Huh? No, it's from your design now. While you are doing your modeling, yeah, during your model, you don't use 230 by 450 at that level anymore. You change it to 230 by 300. No, it is when you are at that level, at your roof level, you change the beam now. Instead of using 230, the normal way you used to insert dimensions or the cross sections of your beam. So when you get to that level, instead of using 230 by 450, you type in 230 by 300. As simple as that. Yeah. Except if you are using generate members to other floors, you are generating everything in that. Even if you generate, you can still edit that. You can edit. You can also as well edit it on your. Don't worry. Sorry, I didn't get you. Yeah, you export it. I will advise you to get Prota structure. Okay, it's much more better for you. You know, it will generate all your detailing on one window instead of bringing everything separate. Do you understand? This Orion, you have to bring all the structural members. You know, it will generate the detailing for slab in a different window, the for column in a different window, for beam different windows. You have to manually bring all of them together. So that's one of the challenge it has. So, but then for the sake of Orion, yeah, you have to export it separately. You export it separately, then bring it together. Then this one, you can see this one. I just added it as part of this. I'm not sure this software will even generate this for us. Yeah, it's supposed. Yeah, it's supposed to give me a cross section of that beam. Yeah, it will give. It will give you a cross section, but you know it will generate all the beams at that roof level. So me, I don't usually generate the detailing on that level. I just give this cross section because in most cases you are just going to be using 4x16, okay, on that beam, and you know it's just carrying your roof load. except there are exceptional cases though. But in most residential building, it's just going to be 230 by 300, and then you're going to be using 4 reinforcements in it. And then, sorry, I'm not. It's not a standard rule, oh, please. So I'm just using. I'm just using experience to. So yeah. So because I know some might listen to this and they may want to criticize that. So, but it's not a standard rule. I would advise you to as well lay your hands on reinforced concrete design books in order for you to have a deeper insight. I would recommend Victor Oyenuga, Simplified Reinforced Concrete Design. You have heard of it? Yeah, please lay your hands on it. So once you are done with that, the next thing is just to generate your staircase. Okay. Okay. I think Orion does not generate detailing for staircase. Am I right? Okay, you see, that's one of its limitation. But you see, this detailing is 100% from Prota structure. So yeah, this is one of the advantage. This one will give you the detailing. This is staircase detailing by Prota structure. Yeah, so it will generate detailed drawing for you. So that is the advantage. So once you are done with that, the last thing I normally use, I normally place in my detailed drawing is my detailing from my arrangement. The staircase, I normally put staircase to come last. And you know, staircase is actually an independent structural member. It does not really have effect on the structural on your building. That's story for another day. All right, I believe everything is clear. Yeah. Okay, so it's all right. Let me allow you go to church so that you can pray for me as well. Okay. Yeah, in a case where in a case where honestly, it's unfortunate that I cannot explain that using uh protest around right now because it's showing me running analysis error, what runtime error. Okay, but let me just see if I can quickly show you something in Prota structure. Like I said, you know, Prota and Orion has a lot of similarities between them, so you don't need to be scared. The software is actually very similar with that of Orion. It's owned by CSC. Okay, uh, so let me see from an existing drawing if I can. There are cases where I don't think I have anyone that has beams that have failed. But what you do most times is when your beams fail, uh, so if your beams failed, it's not like there are so many things that can cause the failure. Okay, it could be that the depth of that beam is not sufficient. Yeah, it could be the reinforcement. Sometimes once you change the reinforcement there, it will pass. Sometimes you have to increase the depth of the beam in order for it to pass. So it's, you know, that's why it's called design. Okay, that's why it's called design. You increase the depth. If you were using 450 depth, increase it to like 500 and try. You know, when you have a very large span, let's say your span is already exceeding 5.5 meters, it is advisable you increase the depth to like 5.5 mm. Or, 600 is a bit even much. but 600 is on the safer side. Yeah, 600 would definitely pass, but it's not going to be economical. Yeah. So, like I said, it's a design. Okay. So the larger the span, the deeper the depth of the beam. So that's just it. Yeah. So, but most times when you are going more than 5.5 meters, it's advisable your depth of beam should at least increase. Instead of the normal 450 depth, it can increase to 500. Increase it to 500. Then when you try increasing the depth, it's still telling you that it's not sufficient. You may have to change the thickness of your reinforcement. Okay, once you change the thickness of the reinforcement, I'm sure you increase the depth, change the thickness of the reinforcement, it will most likely pass. So that's it. So sometimes, like this column now, you can this beam. Oh, is this a column or a beam? I think this is a column. Let me click on this. You can see all these beams have passed, but I can make it fail. If I click on this interactive design, you can see two y 13. Sorry, I use this to do a quick training too. So this reinforcement is giving is not good at all. So you can see I reduce the size of reinforcement here. You can see 2y10. You can see it's showing me a red indication here. You understand? If I reduce these two as well, it may fail. Okay. Good. You can see a red indication. It's telling you that this reinforcement is not sufficient. So it's the same way you can do for good. By clicking OK, it's telling us that this beam has failed. So for example, if this is what we are having, just click on highlight this. If you come to interactive design, you can change the size of reinforcement there. So it has asked me to update. So I update it to its previous reinforcement. So, but just in case it failed, it's just for you to just come here, change the size of the reinforcement there, and I believe it will pass. I think I'm even having a little, no, this is not a red indication. So you can manually change them here, or no, 3 spans. This is for first span now. This is column. This is a column. This is a column. This is a column. That's a support. You have a support here. You have a support here. You have a support here. This is a span. 1, span 2, span 3. Along this support, you have a reinforcement. This is the span here. A reinforcement. A reinforcement. This along by this support here, you have a reinforcement that goes across this and this. This is a reinforcement here. Here you also have a reinforcement here by this span. Here another reinforcement. So that is that. So whenever it fails, you can manually, or what you do, you can go back to your settings. Here, come here, edit material, under your beams here. It could be that you selected reinforcement that are not sufficient. You can select Y16. If 16 is failing, you can use Y20. Using Y20 for the whole entire project, it may most likely be it will most likely not be economical, because you have different spans. Okay, you have different spans. So it wouldn't be right for you to use a very high reinforcement, except if all the spans are large. So you can just use your discretion and pick a reinforcement that you know will serve. So it has to do with experience too. Okay, so you have to be very, very inclined with practically and moving on design. So exactly. So that's good. You're a big man. Let's discuss that outside Zoom, okay? Yeah, because this Zoom is actually consuming a lot of data. Yeah, so let's do that. Yeah, we'll talk on WhatsApp or something.